Every time I do a video talking about comic book sales in North America, I always like to pull up the old pictures of new warriors. Why do I like to do this? Because I like to show all of you peak Marvel Comics designs. This is what they give us. And if you want to say, wow, this is the best they can do, that's pretty terrible, you'd be right. Though this isn't even the worst thing anymore. We've got some new stuff that's come out, like this right here from Marvel Voices Pride #1. Look at the goofy faces they're making. Yeah, maybe if they're LOL so random, people will rush to the comic book stores and buy this. They'll be so excited to read about all of this representation. And they don't. Nobody runs to buy this. But hey, they'll get a Newsweek article or possibly an article from CBR. Maybe they'll write a nice piece and Marvel will get a little bit of publicity. So this is what you get from American comics right here. You don't get any of this anymore. This is banned. In fact, there was a whole controversy surrounding this. I covered it in one video, though I'm about to make another one because the artist bent the knee and then tried to walk some stuff back. You don't have anybody in the comic book industry willing to stand up against all of these people on Twitter that have ran it into the ground. You can't have a Mary Jane that looks like this anymore. That is forbidden. You got to get rid of that male gaze. That male gaze has got to go. Anything that is attractive to a straight man, that is forbidden. And it's one of the reasons that the comic book industry is in the toilet. Let's be honest. But they don't want to acknowledge that. They think that this mysterious crowd is going to come in and make everything better and raise up sales again, but it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen, and it's never going to happen. They want to be just R&D, research and development. They don't really want to have to sell anybody books because they don't care about sales. Some do, but it's become such a bottom-up industry where people with no talent fail upward continuously and continue to send night letters to people that have been in the industry for a long time, which I guarantee you is what happened to J. Scott Campbell here, the guy who was standing up against them and then bent the knee immediately. He said he got a phone call when he was fighting the Puritans on Twitter. And then all of a sudden, he bends the knee. That's because people with no talent tell the people with talent what they need to be doing. And it's part of the problem. So much so, in fact, this industry is so wrecked that now, I think this is the first time, all of those sales that they tout, they always talk, yeah, what are you talking about? Comic book sales are in the garbage. They've never been stronger. The sales are so good. They're so powerful. The sales are huge. Comic books have never been selling more. Until you look a little bit closer. I've seen them do this, by the way. People will be arguing on Twitter saying, look, the comic book sales are in the toilet. What are you talking about? And they'll say, oh, no, the sales have never been better. They grow by this percent yearly. You're a fool. You're a fool. Clearly the changes like this are working. And then you take a little bit of a closer look. And you look and see exactly what kind of books are selling. And I think this is for the first time ever. The top 20. Usually there'll be an American comic in there. Kind of slips in here and there. Not anymore. This is for April 2021. Every one of the top 20 books for American comic book sales are all manga. My Hero Academia, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, Spy X Family, Demon Slayer, Tokyo Ghoul, Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer. Like, no Batman. Usually Batman would be in there somewhere, at least one spot, Batman. Not anymore. Not anymore. Not ever since Tom King took him over, though the new run's better by Tyrion the Fourth. It's been a much better run, but still, it's all Japanese books. And you want to tell me that the comic book industry is healthy? Okay. Clearly, though, by looking at My Hero Academia, all over this here, that tells me that people still want superhero stories. But where aren't they getting them? They're not getting them from the X-Men. If you go read an X-Men comic right now, they're at a damn dinner party for 12 issues. A dinner party. I've done a video on that, of the ridiculous costumes they're wearing to that stupid dinner party. But hey, you know, you can go pick up My Hero Academia and you can see fights and explosions all over the place. You have to go to Japan now to get good comic books. And people are doing it. Go to a bookstore, what do you see? Manga for days. You go and look at their little pity corner of American comics. It's a mess too, by the way. All unorganized, shit everywhere. You can go to the neat little manga section, 1 through 20. Where do I start? Well, I start with the big number 1 book. It's pretty easy to sort through. But this is embarrassing from Marvel and DC and the rest of the comic book companies in North America. How do you justify this? Like, this is supposed to be your market, and it's dominated by Japan. But they'll sit there with their eyes shut and say, hey, comics have never been better. And they'll cite this. I guarantee you these were record numbers. Huge numbers. And the funny thing is, it's going to show once again that comic book sales are through the roof. And everything's fine. Everything's fine. But it's not. I don't know why they seem to think that because of the fact that manga is boosting up American comic book sales, they think that that's going to get them jobs. You think that they're going to hire your talentless asses in Japan? I don't think so. They want people that actually can deliver money and good stuff. You don't deliver those things. You don't care about those things. You've admitted that you care more about messages and political activism than telling a good story. They don't want that over there. You think you're going to go over there and get work? I don't think so. That would be like people that work at a Ford plant celebrating that Toyota sales are dominating the market. They're not going over to Toyota. There's already people working there. No, they'll just be unemployed like you. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that and subscribe if you're new.